Alright, here we're going to review how to rebuild this St. Henry's Chapel in order to make it work. If it sounds like I'm trying to catch up to what I'm doing on screen, it's because I'm actually recording the audio after already doing this. So I'm just checking to see what time of day the sun is set. I'll make sure it's set to a still and that it was set to a time of day when the sun's actually up. Here what I'm going to do is I'm going to unhide the AutoCAD file that's linked into this model so I can grab the profile of the shape. So I'm unhiding it. Now I'm going to cut a section through the building because what I want to make sure that the building you had has the room going all the way up to the top. So I cut a section, go to Visibility Graphics or type VG, and then go to Rooms, expand it, make sure your interior fill is on. And here you can see this room is not filled all the way up to the top. So if you're testing by room, it won't be accurate. And then I'm going to go back to the Architecture tab and just check room and area and make sure areas and volumes are calculated, which they were. So with that, I'm basically going to rebuild this thing. I'm going to use the profile that you already have made in your AutoCAD file. And you're going to see I'm going to make some model lines on it so that I can copy and paste those into an elevation. So there's one and there's two. And I think I unsuccessfully try and copy these once. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I cut it and it doesn't work. It doesn't make it happy. So I just try and paste those in there, but it doesn't work. Yeah, see, paste is grayed out like it didn't actually cut the project. Here I'm hitting Control V and it's not working. So I'm just going to go back to the plan view, or the 3D view, and redo the lines and make sure I copy them correctly. There's one, and I'm missing the other, so I gotta remake the other. Pick line command. So I am doing this twice because it did not copy. It was not being nice. Hold down Control, click both the lines, and then I come over here and I'm gonna click the visual copy right there. So my paste becomes ungrayed. And then I can hit Control V. Or just paste a line to selected views. I'm picking a plane right here. I'm picking the back of that existing building, so that's a starting point. And I'm just going to rotate this into place and get it to line up with the bottom of the level. This takes a couple tries because I miss. There's a miss. Let's do this again. Try and get this something I can click it to. Hit Tab until it clicks on the line. There you go. Alright. Really simple. We're going to make a roof from extrusion. So, roof by extrusion. That's great, whatever. Pick line command. You pick the two lines of the chapel roof. Obviously, you can change the thickness of this roof by editing its type, but I'm keeping everything pretty standard just so I can keep this thing moving. So, there it is. There's the shape. Obviously, it doesn't undulate in the middle the way the building really does, but it's pretty close. I'm going to make a floor. I'm not going to line the edges yet. I'm going to wait until I put in some walls. Make some walls. Make sure I'm not making a curtain with it. I'm wondering why it won't let me set the center line here, and that's because it set the curtain wall. So I go with the generic 8-inch. Set finish face to exterior. And then I go down and hit spacebar to flip this wall. There you go. Hit escape to stop drawing it. Draw the next one. And there you go. You jump back to a 3D view and get all this in the right arrangement. So The way I'm going to do that is I'm going to edit profiles on these walls. Again, using the pick line command, I just pick the inside. Well, that's the arch command. Pick the inside of the walls, and then I use the trim command. So you might not see it, but I just type TR, and now I'm clicking the lines I want to keep, and now I'm going to delete these lines I don't want to keep. I use the tab command. So where you select one line, if you hit tab, it'll select all of the lines on the same chain. So I'm going to do the same thing to this opposite side. We're going to click on the wall, edit profile, pick lines. I'll do the interface on both sides, 1, 2, and then I'm trimming them. I hit the TR command for trim. I hit one line, hit tab, select everything, delete it, and finish that wall. So now we're closed up. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the floor. I just like doing this in 3D. It's a little easier to see what I'm seeing, how everything's aligning. Align tool, there. I'm going to use the align tool. I'm going to hit tab a few times until I get that one line on the edge there. And come on, give it to me. There it is. You can always hit tab when you see now I've got the curve face. Now I have curve face, bottom, line, align. There we go. And for the last part of the floor, that's easier. That face aligns to this. Alright, so now what I have to do is put the window in. So what I'm going to do here is we already made a roof. That's the right dimension. So I'm going to kind of just cheat and copy it. So right now I'm doing the align command, and I'm making sure the end of my building's in the same spot. So I'm doing a line and a line, and nothing moves. So it's perfectly the same shape as the building you already made. So I selected the shape, go to a top view. I'm just going to copy it. Move that whole thing in line up there. Now, align tool again, I type AL. I'm going to click on the side face where the window begins. And you see I'm going to shorten the roof by aligning those two. Now I click align again. And I'm going to bring this to that point. Type WF for wireframe, and I do align again. And align for that end piece. Align it again. Type SD for shaded rendering. And now hit escape and select that roof. And I'm going to switch it to a storefront or curtain wall. Now, see what happens is it doesn't have enough horizontal mullions in order for it to follow the curve. So the way I'm going to fix that is you can either add mullions by hand, which is not that exciting, or you can come in here and add a grid. And right now I'm totally adding the wrong grid. See, I just added a vertical mullion. I'm realizing it now. And I come back over here, and I'm going to see, I'm still checking. I'm still confused. What did I just do? I put the vertical mullion in. I hit undo. Come back, edit it. Now instead of doing grid 2 this time, I should do grid 1. I wanted to add mullions there. Grid 1, maximum spacing of every 5 feet. And now what I do is I add the 2.5 by 5 rectangular mullion. And what I'm doing is I'm copying and pasting it into each of these pieces. So everywhere I just have a mullion. So we have proper mullions at the glass. And paste again. Hit OK. You'll see the shape changes as it's curving better with every horizontal mullion every 5 feet. Go to level 1. Get a room. Place it. I'm not naming anything here. Not too fancy. I'm going to drag this section over here because we already have it set up to show us the rooms on the inside. Although for some reason I think I hit undo too much earlier. So I undid the settings for that. So turn interior fill back on, visibility graphics. Raise it up. Make sure the whole room was full. You're not seeing it go all the way to the top because we're cutting the roof not right dead center. If we were dead center, you'd see that room going all the way up to the top. So there. Now I'm going to respectfully delete this building. So goodbye, orthogonal building. And what I'm going to do here is there is ribs on the inside of this building. So I'm going to add in some structure and show you the easiest way to a curved structure with a curved roof. So we're loading in structural family. We're going to wood, timber, and I'm guessing. What do I guess? I guess 6 by 20 or something like that. Yeah, do that one. Yep. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to isolate just the roof so we can see it. And I am going to go up to structure. No, go to structure. There you go. Beam. And then pick line again. And if I tab into the inside face, I get curved beams. Now they're not joining nice, so what I'm going to do is go to the beam join command. No, one up, go up one. There you go. And miter them together. And now once they're mitered, I copy them. You just go kind of to a top view. And I remember when I met with you guys, you said they're about 8 feet apart, so I'm just going with that. I say multiple copies and go 8 feet. And then keep going. Unlike some other programs with REVIT, whenever you move something 8 feet, it starts at 0 again for the next thing. So you don't have to do 8, 16, 24, 30. You don't have to do that. You could just do 8 feet, 8 feet, 8 feet, 8 feet. That way, they're all spaced. You can also use the array tool, but I just like copying things sometimes and not doing the array tool, which then groups them all together. So there you go. There's some wood ribbing on the inside of the building. Once you have these made, you can change them to whatever kind of structural framing you want. They could be concrete or steel. They'll still be the same. You just toggle between the two. So we go to the plan view. We flip over to Elem Tools. You make sure daylighting is turned on. You make sure it's not in Philadelphia, because we are not in Philadelphia here. So we're going to go click on the REVIT project site. Get to Finland. We make sure it's a time of day we want. I'm switching it to noon. Hit OK. Calculate. We're going to do room. Click on the room. It goes into the Elem Tools viewer. And that's a good sign. You see the light going in the end of it. So that's my mouse celebrating there. It's spreading the light through the space. So we're starting to get some real results here. And then I'm switching it to foot candles and turning on pseudo color. And then we're going to take a peek inside here. Let's see what we have. Obviously, I did not place any of the point calculations in here, but you can certainly place them on the floor. I'm not sure how excited Elem Tools will be if you try and place it on one of these curving walls. It might get a little upset. But play around with it and check the results and make sure that they seem to line up with what you think they need to.